Yo, what up, family? How's everybody doing today? Guys, you already know it's Thursday. It's a Podkrew day. And Venus, Z, hello. I looked the wrong way.
You sure did.
You definitely did. Venus, Z, hello. How you guys doing today? How you been? I missed y'all.
Man, I'm doing great.
I got a sugar hangover from Halloween candy. I don't know about you guys.
I ate a lot of popcorn.
I worked that day.
Ooh, bummer.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. You probably deserved it. But
I mean, yeah, probably.
Guys, so we have an interesting topic today, and please feel free to let us know what you guys think, or if you have any ideas, including in this topic today, feel free to leave it in the chat, in the comments. But we have the weirdest obsessions. And I know we're going to try to tell our weirdest obsessions, but we want to talk to you a little bit first about what we discovered and what we found. Some of them it's pretty weird. But I think Venus has quite a few. Venus, sorry to put you on the blast, but
no, you're not wrong. I enjoyed looking into this. Some of it is a little too much for me, but I had some interesting stuff that I found. We'll start off with one that was interesting to me purely because of like the financial aspect, the money spent. There was someone who was a self-proclaimed addict for psychics. So receiving the services of a psychic, like that you call or that you visit in person. This person in about 5 years spent $500,000. Yes, $500K on psychic services, which is mind blowing to me. I don't know about you guys, but like I was not prepared for that number, and I can't fathom that. Like that blows. I need some reactions. Tell me what that brings up for you guys.
To me it's like, what the hell? No, I gotta think about this. Go ahead, Z. No,
I mean, at this point, dude better know when Thanos is coming, because
have all the
you gotta know every single move. Just you can't fight this guy. It's gonna be like going up against
was a woman.
Oh
yeah,
well,
was
same
awkward,
thing. Anyways, it's gonna be like going up against Robert Downey Jr., Sherlock Holmes, whenever he's just like talking to himself about every single move that's coming up. Like that person better be like that at this point for $500K.
All of life with forethought.
500,000. Wait, hold on. Were all these people, like all these psychics, like certified psychics?
Is there such a thing as certified? How do you certify?
That's what I'm asking you, because if that's the case, I'm gonna be a psychic and I'm gonna find this woman and let me read into your future, girl, because I need some money.
There are things coming. There are things that are gonna happen. A lot of things. Just keep it vague, and then you're always good. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. I was not prepared. I've seen advertisements for psychic services. I was going to say I've never used a psychic or paid for that, but that would be a lie. There was one time that I did. Actually, no, 2 times. I'm forgetting so much. One was in Casadega, Florida. I don't know if anyone's heard of Casadega. It's like known as like a spooky spiritual psychic place. So I did it there because of the location. Same thing for the other time. I was in New Orleans. I was walking the streets at night, and there was a lot of like psychics out with tarot cards and tables like on the street, and it was, I don't know, so it was a vibe, so I did it then. But like, I don't know, that's not something I've like regularly ever like sought out or felt like I needed. That is just $500,000. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Every year? Like, did she do that every year, or was it like just accounted for 1 year?
That was in the span of 5 years. So yeah, you can break that down.
oh, 500,000 in a span of 5 years. That's still a lot, but
it's still a lot.
It's still not enough.
You're bullshitting right now.
You're
so bullshitting right now.
No, I mean, come on, dog.
Oh my god.
Would you?
Look, if what?
Would you spend 500,000 in a span of 5 years to have your future told, when I could just tell you?
When I could just tell you.
I mean, if it's for the free from you, then yeah, you're right. I won't do it. But yeah, why not? Yeah, let's get crazy, man. Let's go $500,000 in debt. Let's do this.
You're so bullshit. He's lying. He's so lying right now.
He's so full of it.
I think so. Do you think that's more than an addiction than an obsession?
I think that's relative because, like, if you
No.
can't eat because you're spending all this money on doing that, I'd say that's into addiction territory. But, like, some people just have a lot of money, and if it's an expendable amount of money to them, then I don't know if I'd call it an addiction. But, like, putting anything above your survival needs is usually for me where that's, like, gonna fall into addiction land. But that is still, like, an unfathomable amount. Do you know what you could do with $500,000? You could buy a house, like, which now that I say it sounds kind of sad because that's
You buy
Hey
like a
guys,
how bad
one-story house,
inflation has gotten.
everybody in the
one-story house
chat,
without a garage.
everybody in the chat, please tell me what you would do with $500,000 right now.
Yes.
Please tell us in the comments as well. That's disgusting. Z, please tell me you don't have anything about money.
No, I don't actually, but I do have something that's pretty funny. It wasn't a big story or anything. I was just going through Reddit actually, and someone ended up asking the question of weird obsessions. And the top comment was about being obsessed with serial killers, like the psychology of them, like
Mm.
and one person ended up saying that they shared their obsession with their parents and ended up getting forced to therapy because the mother thought the kid was going to become one.
Well, I feel like there's an important distinction to be made here. Are we talking
Yeah.
people who have just like a true crime obsession or the type of people who fangirl after serial killers and
Yeah.
idolize
It's
serial killers? Because I think those are two
from
different flavors right
from the
there.
explanation, it was just like, why do they do what they do? Um, and just like trying to deep dive into that aspect.
So more of the concept itself, but looking into the mindset of a
But that's
serial
what they do on
killer.
Right,
Criminal
and
Minds.
hence the psychology of
PAU
it.
does it every day. What
But
do
that's
you mean?
that's so dangerous though. Like, so if you have
Yeah.
no form of training and you can't differentiate, life from that aspect to that aspect, then, and again, if you're not trained for that, that's
Mhm.
that's dangerous. That falls in
You
line.
stare
Right.
into the abyss,
I could
and
see
the abyss
why
stares back.
like
Like
I
Yeah.
would
that
expect
one
my parents to send me to,
He's like,
prison
"Commit
or
me,
something.
guys.
Yeah.
Have me committed.
I mean,
I'm a lost cause."
at that point,
like
yes, I would feel this. I would feel that way. Honestly, I would. Honestly, I would.
Yeah.
If I was doing some shit and they saw like writing instead of my schoolwork, like, oh, this is how you do apostrophes and shit. No, they just saw me like, what tools would I use to kill someone? Why? How will I do it? Like, I would expect for them to throw me away. Like, honestly, yes.
Well, writing serial killer plans is definitely alarming. That's not more I meant more like, people who are curious into the well, I mean, all right. I guess
Do
it's a
you
slippery
understand?
slope. It's a
Yeah,
slippery slope. Okay,
it's
I hear you. I hear
dangerous.
you. All
It's
right, all right.
dangerous.
yeah, it's
Okay.
like that one show that came out recently with Evan Peters. Uh it was
Isn't
talking
he
about one of the
from American Horror Story?
Yes, yes, but
Yeah.
he played one of the serial killers. I'm fucking blanking on his name
Dahmer.
right now.
He played Dahmer.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And while he was
Mhm.
in jail, he had a ton of fangirls, a ton
That's
of
right.
fans like sending him mail, like, "Hey,
Mhm.
like this is like you're so hot, this and that." It's like there's a weird obsession
How,
for
like,
serial
He's
just
not the
killers.
from a
only one.
physical appearance or
Manson
just
had a
because
lot.
Manson, oof,
Manson had a lot of
Yeah.
fangirl letters. Yeah. Well, it's a combination of things. Ted Bundy had a ton of them. There were girls in court that
Well,
were
wasn't
like,
Ted Bundy like
"Love
the
this
pretty
Bundy."
guy? The pretty boy?
Yeah, like that's his reputation. But if you look at pictures, like I look at pictures of Ted Bundy, even from that time period, and I'm like, I don't know, I wouldn't say that's like handsome to me, but like, yeah, he's famous for being so approachable is usually how he was described, that he was able to get a lot of his victims because he seemed
Right.
such a nice, normal, handsome guy. But yeah, it's a thing. It's a phenomena where there are some women that idolize and fantasize about, have crushes on serial killers. It's crazy. It's weird.
oh no, that's a red flag. I don't understand.
Just
I don't understand. You have green flags, right? Murdering people is not
a
one.
walking red flag. No,
Does
no.
You
that
can
and,
murder me anytime. That's probably what the fangirls were thinking.
No. Oh my God.
I mean,
No.
you got to admit that at some point they probably said something like that. It's like
Oh
you
yeah.
can you can stab me 10 times,
Okay, but
daddy.
imagine being like the prison guard or whoever is going through the mail before it gets delivered and has to read like these letters before they get like sent
Dude,
in or
right?
out.
Oh.
I mean, oh, I would quit. I'd resign. I'd be like, this job is actually not for me.
Let me talk to you about another red flag. So this can go into a disorder. But eating toilet paper.
I stumbled across that and I purposefully avoided it because it gave me the squick. So
Well, you were not avoiding it this time.
Continue.
So, there's an act. Okay, so first off, I'm gonna give you a little information first. There's an actual like graph that shows the amount of rolls being consumed within an average year of multiple countries. First off, so yeah, there's an actual. So let's talk about this graph,
That's
right?
wild.
Which of course the United States is leading the way with this obsession, and has graphed that you can count through 140 rolls of toilet paper within a year without any effects on your body.
I'd like to go back to 5 seconds ago before I knew that information. I'd like to never know that information.
Well,
that's horrifying.
So
Of
let me
course,
tell
we're
you.
leading the way, by the way. Unsurprising.
Let me tell you the second one. So surprising enough, it was Germany. Germany, from their experience, has the average of 134 rolls. The United Kingdom is third, with 127 rolls per year. And yes, Japan and the rest of them are included.
Of course, Japan.
So, but this is so to break it down to you, this is actually called xylophagia or xylophagia, however you pronounce it. Also known as, maybe you guys heard of this before, it's actually really known. It's called pica disorder.
I think it's pronounced pica. But yeah.
It's the Latin word actual pica. I don't know if it is pica, but it is like comes from the Latin word pica.
Which was a magpie, right?
Yeah.
That had
Mhm.
interesting eating habits.
Yep,
Mhm.
exactly. It's where people actually consume substances like pencils, tree bark, paper, that you're technically not supposed to. But who are we to say that you can't eat that shit? It's probably bad for your
Careful.
body, but you're not supposed to. But who are we to say that? I
You're
don't
an
know.
American, possibly. So
Possibly.
So let me talk to you about, besides toilet paper, what other things that have people eat that you're not supposed to. Apparently, and I am one included in this one. Ice. You're not supposed to eat ice.
yeah, technically that's a form of pica.
That
pica, what
pisses
have
me
you.
off because I love ice.
It's usually pregnant women that like to chew ice, right?
Well, I'm not pregnant, but I love ice. that shit is.
I don't get it. No.
What? Why?
I don't get it either.
I don't get it. Because, ow, it's cold and hard on my teeth. No.
Does anybody else eat
thank
ice
you.
here? Is it just me for real?
Yeah,
I
it's
think
just you.
ice is ice.
Please chat. Put
All
him
right.
in his place,
Whatever.
please.
So paper.
Ew.
So there is soap.
Mhm.
There are people who eat soap, buttons, wood, pencils, clay, hair, dirt. That's actually one of the top 5 for pregnant women
Mhm.
to eat dirt.
Which is dangerous because there's parasites in the soil.
Yeah.
Just FYI.
Go ahead, Z.
Yeah, there was someone. I'm pretty sure it was this Discord, right? I think there was someone that commented about that on the Discord.
Oh, yes. There was someone who commented on the Discord about.
That's crazy.
Oh my god, I didn't
more
even
crazy.
realize that. That is wild.
It's even more crazy when you know someone that
That
has
is
experienced
wild.
that.
I did not even think about that.
Dog. That's a thing. It's in the top 5.
That just blew my mind.
All right. So when are we going to eat dirt together?
No.
We're not pregnant.
Let's see what all
That's
the
not an
fuss is
excuse.
about.
That's not an
That's
excuse.
fine.
We're not pregnant.
That's fine.
No.
Absolutely not.
You could
Absolutely
Figure it
not.
out.
You could eat dirt. I will eat.
Okay.
I will eat tacos. You can eat dirt.
Dirt tacos.
No, stop mixing them
But a
together.
taco made of
Mm.
dirt, toilet paper, and soap.
Both of you shut up. That's not a thing.
Yo,
It's not a thing.
Venus is onto something.
It's not a thing.
Let her cook.
It's
Let her
not
cook.
a thing. She's cooking dirt. That's not a thing.
Exactly. Let her cook.
No,
Let her cook.
it's not supposed to be there.
Oil,
You
boy,
know,
let's
the
go.
weirdest shit is invented, and that shouldn't be invented, is because shit like this, where you just keep talking and someone tries it. It's not a thing. Please
Innovation
stop.
is the future.
Please
Get with the
stop.
times, old man.
If I was there, you would both be struck. Please stop. We're not making this a thing.
We're gonna get smoten wet.
We're gonna get smitten. Oh, smite me, oh smiting one.
Someone actually mentioned what in chat. Thank you, Sassy, for mentioning this. Someone they do eat ashes, and this is where I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit how it gets even weirder. So it starts off at cigarette ashes, where people eat that, and then it comes to actual human ashes. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
That's a thing.
You know,
That's
Actually,
it's
yeah.
an obsession.
actually, yeah. So hear me out, because I got a story to tell you, boys and girls. A woman back, I didn't get the year for it, but she revealed that it's not actually dirt, but you did say ashes.
Mm-hmm.
A woman lost her husband to an asthma attack, right? And they were married for 10 months. 10 months after meeting one another.
Okay.
Initially, she found comfort in carrying her ashes or his ashes around wherever she went, right? She would buy food that he likes,
For the
make his
ashes?
favorite dishes. Yeah, for the ashes. Not even touch the food after making it, not eat it, nothing. Right? when his ashes came in a box, she managed to spill them on her hands and didn't want to wipe them off, so she licked her hands. And
Hell yeah.
for any of
Get
you
dirtier.
and any of you that are squeamish, I would say mute for like the next 10 seconds. But she talked about it tasting like rotten eggs, sandpaper, and sand. But she grew accustomed to the taste.
Stop. No.
Yeah.
You're lying.
Yeah.
No.
So much
You're
so.
lying.
I know
Yes.
he's not lying because I skipped over this. I heard of this and I was like, no, thank you. Next.
Yeah, shit's wild, dog. She lost 42 pounds because she was constantly eating his ashes. She would
Bro.
lick her finger and dip it in the ashes to get it like all caked up.
Like what's that candy called?
Yeah. Like
The Dippin'
fruit-
Sticks?
Yeah. What?
Yeah, exactly like that. Not sure if she ended up getting help, but she did get worried she would end up losing him again.
All his
eventually
ashes. Yeah, I
after
was
eating
gonna
him
say,
all up.
what's the end game here? If you're so attached,
Yeah.
like you're gonna eat it all, and then he's gonna be gone in the toilet, essentially,
Dog.
eventually.
Yeah, that was
Bro,
man.
Wait, this
that's a rough one.
bitch was eating ashes like a dipping stick, and like just with.
That was her grieving process, I guess.
I hope for her sake that she got help because that sounded like it tasted disgusting, and that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
How would you feel if you died and one of your loved ones was
How
eating
long
you?
did that shit
feels
last?
like low-key cannibalism.
Wait, how
okay,
long?
but is it cannibalism?
I don't know.
I think
No,
it's
it's not.
technically
That's
not.
not.
It's
That's
not.
not.
No?
No,
No,
because
it's not.
cannibalism has to do with like the actual flesh.
Yeah, the actual
and
flesh
meat.
Are you
itself.
sure?
Yes, 100%.
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
Well, this is a step cousin to cannibalism.
Sure. Sure.
Like a really close
It's like
step cousin.
that's like
Too
the
close.
redheaded stepchild of
Wait,
cannibalism.
so does it like say how long she was doing this for?
I didn't find out.
Because how the hell did it last for that long? Like how long? I got so many questions. How long did that shit last? If that's the case,
I don't know. Enough to make her lose 42 pounds. Like
that's a
Which
lot.
is significant.
but
That means a
hold
while.
on. If she's eating that over food, it can happen pretty fast.
That's true.
So
But like,
it was
what-
probably in a
your
span of a
body
few
intake,
months.
like a few months.
That's a long time.
That
The
is a long
ashes had
time,
to be
yes.
gone. She had to go to a store like, yeah, can I get Danny? Yeah, let me get like
with the finger that she used for dipping.
There's no way it was just one ash.
You know what? I think I'll try the mixed option this time.
There's no way that should lasted for more than
is there
months.
a sample
No.
like puts it in a dipping cup? Just...
No. No.
Oh
Terrible.
God.
Yeah, I couldn't find how long it lasted.
We're gonna burn
but,
in
yeah.
fire.
I mean, it was eventually going to end because you can only eat so much ash, right? Before like
of
she
one
finishes
person.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
one person. Yeah,
I'm
her lover.
so interested to know if she's still doing it. Like, I want to know.
Yeah.
But this
You should hit her up and ask her.
hit her. Yeah, let me email her real quick. I have so many questions.
I have to know. Are you still eating him?
I'm a journalist with the Podkrew publication. Here's my press credentials.
To keep going forward with this, let me tell you a couple other things that people like to eat. So we got paint, glue, chalk. All right, again, here's another one. Unfortunately, guys, if you are a little squeamish, please mute for the next 3 seconds. We got feces, literal shit.
Yeah.
Literal shit.
Unfortunately,
Love to hear it.
Literal shit.
It's gonna be a no for me, dog. That's gonna be a no.
Are you sure?
I am so sure. That's actually the most sure I think I've been of anything in my whole life. Is that's a no.
You know
what's
people
funny?
actually do that for survival.
Oh, I did not know that.
So some people like actually eat their shit and drink their own pee.
Yeah, the urine thing I understand because it still has a bunch of like minerals and vitamins and shit,
Mhm.
right? And you can only drink so much of it until you run out of
And
all
it's
those
sterile
vitamins and
because you like the taste. Yeah.
But the poop stuff,
The poop.
stuff,
Number 2.
That's
Is that going too far? Sorry, if your urine is like okay.
Do you have like an actual story for that? Like,
No, absolutely not. All I know is statistically people do actually do this for survival. Like if you are stuck out of nowhere, you can't find animals, you are failed to hunt, like humans actually eat shit.
I would eat bark off a fucking tree before.
Oh, that is
I
one
did
of
that.
them listed.
Wow. There you go. Find me at the bark. You know what's another crazy one along this subcategory of ingesting weird things? I saw one. I heard of this young woman who had an addiction or an obsession with drinking gasoline, straight gasoline that you get at the gas station in a red jerry can. Just raw dogging gasoline. She drank between
Gatorade.
Well, she drank between 1 to 3 ounces per day.
You're
so
lying.
You're
lying.
No. Dead ass. And she even said that like it made her stomach hurt and like she had body pain. But then she'd be like, but I like the burning sensation in the back of my throat. And I don't know, like I keep doing it because it feels good.
Can someone give this chick like Everclear or something? Like have her transition out of that. Like
about that. I was like, girl,
give her some fucking 200 proof moonshine or something, dude. Like
seriously, like at this point, it'd be better for you than literal gasoline. Here's the part that really made me she would at some point in the midst of this obsession, she began taking newspaper, tearing it into small strips, soaking it in the gasoline, eating it, and she refers to this as newspaper sandwiches.
So hold on.
It's her little girl dinner. Girl dinner.
Back then when you had like, the piece of papers that were stuck to the product, it would tell you like the instructions of like how to like install it or what you should not do with it. Now today, majority of shit like that, like paint and gasoline, it actually says now, do not eat this content. It's because of people like that is the reason why we have those stickers.
Why we have these warning labels.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What was the reason for her drinking it again?
She said that she just felt depressed and she started doing it when she was, I don't know, like a young adult, and she still was a young adult. She was like probably in her 20s, but like she'd been doing it for years. And she did go see a doctor, and the doctor was like, you have to stop now. Like you could die tomorrow doing this. Like and the doctor did like a nerve test because it also destroys your nervous system among like obviously like a ton of other things. She was like, pressing a needle on her arm in different places. And she's like, can you feel that? What does that feel like? And the girl was like, I don't feel that at all. And she's like, yeah, your nervous system is like damaged from drinking gasoline. So don't drink gasoline. Please stop doing this. It was
She's like, good trade-off.
Yeah, right. I could not stop thinking about how just, get a stiff liquor. Just get a really dry whiskey or something. And oh yeah, please don't drink gasoline. Please don't do that. Bad. She did mention though that when she was a kid, her mom would fill up the gas and that she really liked the smell. And that part I was like, oh, okay. Well, I find that a little bit relatable. I like the smell of gasoline.
Now I got a question.
I would never drink it, but like,
do you find that as obsession or addiction now?
that has to be an addiction because it's causing you direct harm and you're doing it anyway. Yeah, that's beyond an obsession. That's an addiction.
That I don't get it. I don't. People cope different ways with depression, right? And I get it.
Right.
I get if, there's some ways when it comes to harm or, distancing yourself from people that you love, stuff like that. I could never tell myself that shit looks tasty.
I need me a swig.
Yeah, just one day you just go fill up your car and you're just like, man, that.
You know what?
I'm gonna try this for $5. I'm
gonna take it home. I'm gonna give it a little sip.
I don't
see what it do.
I don't know. That's just
wild.
Yeah, there's also people eat crayons.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, and I'm gonna tell you my number one and only. When I was a kid, actually, I started doing that.
You ate crayon? You were a crayon eater?
I ate crayons, but I don't know. Okay, so it only happened. So I was in third grade, and I remember doing this shit very well. And I only used to eat the purple crayon.
The grape flavor.
I don't know why. And now that I look at it, and I stopped. Like it didn't happen for long. It was like a year and a half, like probably to like.
You still do it?
No, hell no. Because I'm not gonna lie. When I was like 15, 16, I was like, I remember doing this shit, and I tried it, and it was disgusting. And so I had to tell myself, like, why did I do that?
Only you can answer that.
Oh, I don't know. So globally, 25 to 33% of like Pica cases, or those type of obsessions start as with children.
Yeah, that's common that it starts in childhood.
And so that interested me today. I wasn't going to go eat a purple crayon today. You know what I mean? I already know, but like, just let me go grab one real quick. But that actually, I remember doing that and I was just like, whoa, that's wild. I was one of those people.
I would have taken you for more of a window licker as a kid.
Window licker?
Yeah.
What? Why?
No, I'm afraid that was me. I was the window licker.
I don't know, man. You're giving off that vibe.
Do I look like I just lick windows?
Maybe as a kid. I mean, look, you brought up the crayon stuff, so
but you're telling me that I look like something.
What weird thing did you do? Huh?
Yeah. What did you do? Nah, you got to tell me now.
As a kid? I don't know.
No, just overall.
Okay.
In general.
Yeah, tell me.
So freshman year high school, I would go over to my buddy's house and I would have a slice of bread and put chocolate syrup on it and just eat it. And that's it.
You're a wild man. Oh my God.
I'm the wildest. Crazy. It's crazy, right? It's uncanny. It's honestly the same thing as eating crayons.
You look like a syrup drinker.
Same. A syrup drinker. Ouch.
Oh.
What about you, Venus?
Well, I thought this was like a normal childhood experience, and I've recently found out it's not. But when I was little, I had peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with like Lay's potato chips in it in the middle with the crunch. Apparently that's weird.
That's weird.
It's actually normal, though.
It's not normal.
It's actually totally normal.
Not normal.
It's
only weird people say that that's normal. That's not
you
normal.
guys
sounds like a Florida thing.
On a formative childhood experience. That's all it is. It's fine.
You said that sounds like a Florida thing?
Yeah.
You hear that, Floridians? You lay peanut butter eating bastards.
Next to your pet alligators.
Hey, There's nothing like the smell of the swamp and that crispy peanut butter jelly waiting for you. It's just good stuff.
Swamp ass with peanut butter and jelly. Let's go.
Ew.
No. No. Mm-mm.
Venus, what else do you have for? What else do you have for weird obsessions?
All right. So we have
I can't
an
unsee that.
individual, a young man who is addicted to body casts. Casts, like when you break your arm, a cast. He does at home, DIY. He puts his body in a cast. Sometimes he just does an arm or a leg. Sometimes he does like something more extensive, like his whole upper body. And he like loves the way that it feels. He will make up stories of fake injuries to people when they ask about it. And he likes the attention from that. And but he acknowledges that like this is harmful to his life because he's already lost 2 relationships over it because he'll date these women and they like him otherwise. But they're like, you got to stop with this body cast thing. It's weird and I don't like it. And he's just like unabashed. He is just like, you know what? I'm going to find the right person for me who loves and accepts me for my body casting self and maybe will want to do it with me. And while I applaud the confidence, like slay, okay, go off, but
No.
also,
No.
buddy, my guy, I don't know if you'll find that lady. I hope you do. Everybody deserves to find their person, but like, I've never heard of that, let alone
A nurse, maybe.
a nurse.
Maybe you don't know. Nurses do that shit, and some of them
Match
may
made
like
in
it,
heaven.
whether they see it
Oh
or
my
not.
God.
You don't think so?
Okay, but
I think so.
Here's what some of that, like there was one chick who he was still currently dating and then like left, and she like complained that one of the things she didn't like about it is that he would put these casts on and then like he wouldn't be able to do anything like around the house, and he even needed help like going to the bathroom. Like he
would lock himself in there?
No, he didn't lock himself in the bathroom. He would need help because he wasn't able to like use the bathroom.
Like he would lock himself in the cast, even though he had to go take a poop.
Oh, he's not locked in. It's just like once you put a cast on, you have to like saw it off and do a whole new one.
That's what I'm saying.
So he
doesn't take it off when it's like, okay, time to shower. Like he just leaves it on for like
he wears it for however long he wants, which would sometimes I guess be weeks or I don't know. I don't know, days. Bro, he's happy that way. I don't know. I don't get it, but he's a body casting machine. He's all about it. And he's going to find his one true love who might be a nurse. That's a viable option for him. Maybe if she also has like a caretaking thing where she wants to like take care of somebody all the time. Maybe.
You're not
It's like having like a human doll around or something.
He's just like trying to go on a date.
Can't really
and you're
do
just
anything.
Okay, but also the like kind of like embarrassment though of like you go out with somebody and like, yeah, you like this person, but they're like lying to everybody that you come into contact with. Like, yeah, I got hit by a car. I broke my arm. Like, I would be mortified. It doesn't matter if they know he's lying or not. I know, and I'm going to be mortified. Like, no, I could never.
Some dude that like gets his heart broken is like, that's it. I'm gonna shield myself physically and mentally.
Wow, that's so damn. That's relatable to a lot of people.
So you're saying we're all gonna come into an episode one day just like full like as a human body cast?
Oh my god, this is my worst nightmare. No, absolutely not.
All right, we will. Awesome. Me and Colony will come in with cast. You'll come in with a straight jacket.
Yeah.
Oh, that's way better.
You would just you won't look like you belong though. Just letting you know if you're okay with being like.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I love being like the one on the outside who doesn't fit in.
She's already the odd man out.
Exactly. You're just making it worse.
Already. Who said I didn't do anything with peanut butter? Anyway, so there was another crazy one.
wait, no. Go back. What did you say?
Are we just gonna deny what you said?
Wait, hold on. My headphones were working right now. Everybody heard that, right?
Oh,
so wait, what were you?
Look.
So this bee sting lady, though.
No, we're not skipping this topic. We're not skipping.
If it makes you feel any better, Sassy is on your side because she does the same thing.
That's right. That's right. You get it, Sassy.
She's from the Florida of Canada.
So she gets it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a Florida thing.
You guys are just now you guys are the one on the outside. I hope you understand this.
2 equals 2. I don't think you understand.
2 wrongs make a right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We're the right.
The alt-right?
Okay.
Hey, you
No.
know what? Just gonna continue.
Yeah. Bee sting lady. This lady is addicted to stinging herself with bees. Yes, you heard me correctly. She stings herself 10 to 15 times a day, sometimes more, with bees. She keeps beehives in her backyard for a steady supply of bees to use. Now, she started this one I thought was really interesting because she started doing this actually as like a last ditch effort kind of attempt to do an at-home remedy for arthritis. And I don't know where I've heard this before, but I have heard somewhere bee stings help arthritis, which is like such a weird, right? Like, I don't know, sort of folk
kinda
medicine.
crazy.
Kind of crazy, but like, who knows? Maybe it helps. She swears it helps. She swears it helps her a lot to the point where this is like a normal, regular part of her life. She'll like go out there in the backyard with a little bug vacuum. She'll vacuum up a few bees and then she'll put them in like a jar, or sometimes she puts them in like a pill bottle. If she has to go out for the day, she brings bees with her so that if she needs a sting while she's out and about, she has live bees.
You just sound like you're making a character for like Hunt Showdown right now.
Live bees in her purse.
This is like someone that watched one too many Hellraiser movies and decided they wanted to become a Cenobite in like the most awkwardly way possible.
Yes, exactly. She's a Cenobite.
Yeah.
She also feels bad because it kills them. Like they're honeybees, so the one sting and they're they're gone.
Oh, but she keeps doing it.
Surprise!
Surprise! Good, apparently.
Surprise! She feels so bad about it.
But she keeps doing it. I don't think that feels bad at all.
You know what's wild too? She went to the doctor because her husband insisted. Her husband was like, "I love you. I support you. Like, I just really want you to see a doctor and just make sure, or hear some medical advice. Just, we need, a little feedback here." So she went to the doctor, and the doctor was absolutely shooketh. His face was just shocked. But he told her, he was like, "Well, I've never heard of this before. However, as long as like you come in and get like your blood tests done like twice a year, and you're careful about the fact like you could develop an allergy, and then like one day you go to do this and your throat swells up and you die. But like he's like, but otherwise, like if you want to keep doing it, he's like, I wouldn't recommend that you do it, but if you say it helps you and you take some precautionary measures, then I guess that's you can if you want to do that." And she like left feeling like very vindicated. She was like, I knew I was right about my bee remedy. But like this woman, she just goes for it. She puts the bee right on her like elbow or her knee, and that thing stings her, and she's like, "Yeah, it's that good peppery burn." That's what she kept saying. She's like, "It's a good peppery burn." And I was like,
burn.
That's intense.
I am not afraid to unfriend people. Not anymore. No.
I mean, it's wild though. Like, what if it does help her? What if it actually does like relieve her pain?
And we just don't know. And it's like she's found the cure to
maybe she
that all along.
I have to develop arthritis later in life, and I'm in like a ton of pain every day, and I don't want to be on like opioids or something, And
just one day
I'm gonna start looking at these bees a little.
Get stung by a bee one day, and you're just like, wow, I feel like I'm 20 again.
That said it. That brought me back. Yeah.
Beekeeping age.
The bee. You know what? That's why retired people love being beekeepers. It's because they get the little stings here and there, and they're like, yeah, this is good.
Just making a conspiracy theory. You need to stop.
Let's just talk
about it. Speaking of what people love to do, I have one called Car Lover. So a lot of people love their cars.
Car lovers.
Yeah, a lot of people love their cars, right, and treat it as their own. However, there are some people who literally mean that they love their car.
Define literally.
So it all started with a guy named Nathaniel. If you guys don't know his last name, I don't know his last name. That's all that the article gave me. However, who he has stated that he has been in a relationship with his Chevy Monte Carlo, which he has named his car Chase. And before you ask, yes, Nathaniel does have sex with his car.
Excuse me?
Yeah. So where does he place it? Where does he put it? I don't know. I didn't go that far. That's something I didn't want to know. If you want to know, there's a thing called Google. But
There's only one place it can go. Well,
Oh yeah.
actually, there's two, but they.
Oh yeah.
how do you know?
Why do you know, Z? Wait,
How do you know?
because I'm just thinking logically. Like, there's only two like holes on a car. There's like where you put the gas.
Well, see, unlike you, he's using his imagination.
I am using my imagination.
Okay, well,
Every time I use a gas nozzle, I'm like, this is very phallic. What?
There's something you want to tell us, Venus? Do you also have an obsession?
You think about that shit?
What? No, it's
Are you
I
good?
knew
never
it.
like okay. Or like laugh to yourself when you put gas in your car and you're like, oh, it's like the gas nozzle's fucking my car. Haha.
No,
Me?
never.
No.
You get
Oops.
it. We'll talk actually in this podcast. So the vehicle was involved in an accident from today 4 years ago. Just saying. And the car is no longer usable. He had to scrap it, and he actually stated in the article, I still think about it a lot and it breaks my heart that he's not here. So
It's a he. So this was
yeah. Yeah. And so for those who want an update, yes, he is in a new relationship with his new Lexus ES330 called Lexi today.
Alexa called Lexi.
Very
Original,
Wow.
right?
Very fitting.
Bone
Really
apple tea. So if you guys didn't actually know this, this is actually called mechanophilia, which is a paraphilia involving a sexual attraction to machines such as bicycles, cars, helicopters, and airplanes. It's a thing. It's a thing. It's a thing. It's an actual thing. People want.
You know what else is an actual thing?
What?
Eating drywall. Yeah, there was a woman. So she revealed that she destroyed not only her home, but
Wait, what?
you know, some other people's homes.
No,
She started eating
low-key,
other people.
low-key, like
bro. Can you
Yeah.
imagine if one of your friends came to stay the night and the next day you notice there's like a rat had chewed on your
I'd be
wall
so-
and you're like,
No, that'd be bigger than a
Forget
big rat.
this
Have you ever
shit.
seen like a bite off a sandwich and that shit on your drywall? I'd be so mad.
it's like when your sibling or your significant other is like, let me get a bite of your stuff, and they take a huge bite and you're just like, what the fuck? I thought you said it was a bite. You know, it turns out to be like an actual chomp. Yeah, something like that. But there's this lady from Detroit, Michigan. She's
Of
been
course.
munching on these walls, dude, for 7 years.
No, no shot.
bro.
7 years.
No
She
shot.
loves
There's
the taste, and
chemicals in drywall.
she feels anxious when she's not eating it. And the crazy thing is, she began with chalk, but ended
I
up
wondered
loving drywall even more, so she stuck with that instead.
I just
I
can't.
wondered that. Very chalky
The
drywall.
audacity to say, "Damn, there's no more drywall in my
Let
house."
me go to my homie's
deep, deep.
house.
Hey Z, you mind if I come over real quick?
Oh my god.
Where did she
Oh,
even start? She's
no.
like, "Hey guys, you got a bathroom around here?" I don't need. I'm
Oh,
trying
don't
to
worry,
make
it's just
what would
Colony
I
doing
do?
his
Blame it
thing.
on the
We have a
dog.
corner for him. It's just Colony doing his thing.
I just,
But
I'm just trying to
anyways.
picture in my head now, like if I was that person, Z, what would I do to you? I'm trying to figure it
Oh,
out.
man.
Like, how would I?
I'd-
Wait, so how does that even work? You can't physically even, unless it's a corner piece, but like, how do you physically eat drywall? Like, I'm looking at my wall right now.
I don't know.
I
First,
can't-
you probably got to go Kyle mode, drink a monster, and like punch the
Punch
wall,
a
and then like
hole,
take out the scraps.
and then
Who
take
knows?
out
Yeah.
pieces.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Might get cancer from it, but you know, who knows?
I was gonna say, yeah.
Unfortunately,
There's chemicals in drywall.
unfortunately, her addiction got worse once her mother died 2 years into the addiction.
Oh no.
So leading
she's
to
a
7 years. Is she
Yeah,
dead?
yeah. No. She was afraid she would eventually get sick at that point, and she didn't even want to know what was in drywall. So the
Yeah.
good thing is she ended up getting help from doctors to try to get over this weird obsession.
That was similar to the young lady drinking the gasoline where she said like she acknowledged that like it's a common sense thing that you shouldn't do that. Like she knew that, but she purposefully avoided like looking up like the damage or like what it could really do to you for the same reason. She was like, I don't want to know. And they were like, well, what if we go see a doctor and the doctor just tells you? And she was like, okay. And then the doctor explained it all in depth. And she was like, oh, yeah, I should definitely stop doing this.
Obsessions can lead to addictions. Yeah. And that's.
And sticking your head in the sand and not wanting to know and like, you know, choosing not to educate yourself, it can be dangerous. Always educate yourself.
I thought
even if you're scared of what you're going to find out.
I thought eating drywall was just.
Oh, you thought that was fine?
No, I thought that was plain forward that you shouldn't have to educate yourself, that you should just not eat drywall.
Oh,
But
you know,
no,
there's a lot of things in life that you shouldn't do. And sometimes people like to experiment.
Eating your house is not one of them. That's not a thing. You don't.
It's just a phase.
You don't pay a mortgage to eat your drywall. That's not a thing.
The most expensive food I've ever had.
Hey,
Holy
look,
shit.
if someone was paying my mortgage and their mortgage and they wanted a piece
You
of my
shut
wall,
your mouth right now, sir.
look, man,
There is
a little
no
bit of
shot.
cancer here and there.
There is no shot you're
Just
saying that you would eat drywall.
a little bit of drywall.
There is
for
no
them.
shot
It's
you're
okay. I'll put it on a plate for them. You know,
I was just
give
gonna
me,
say,
give me,
you do
just give me
some
that dough.
plating.
Give me that money. Let me pay for this month's rent real quick. I'll give you some drywall.
Wild.
Would you eat drywall, Z?
Fuck no.
You look like a drywall eater. That's why I just had to.
I look like a drywall.
Absolutely no.
I'm sorry.
Oh man,
Shut up now.
I can't wait. I can't wait to go over to your place. Just eat your drywall.
Stop.
I walk in and you're actually just licking the window.
I wouldn't even know how to react. I just watch you.
You just
Leave out a plate of
you just
purple
lick the
crayon.
window.
Just for colony.
I think that would like call for me taking out my GoPro at that point. I
Not the
think
GoPro.
that would make some great content. Does he eating drywall?
Yeah, you know, it'd get a lot of views for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of
Who doesn't want
opinions.
I hope not. I hope not. That's not the reason why I want Podkrew to go big.
Can you imagine?
No,
The gram.
shut up. I don't want to know. Imagination leads to terrible things. And
Yeah.
it really does, actually.
Does it really?
It really does.
Let us.
You really do.
Do you not see what we've been talking about all day?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let us to this episode.
Oh, okay.
Is that
Speaking of
better?
imagination, there's a lady that I saw who had an addiction to ventriloquism. Like, puppet.
Ooh.
right? And she
Go ahead.
she brought them with her everywhere in a suitcase. And she used them whenever she talked to anybody, literally all of the time. And it was something she started doing like in grade school because it was like a hobby and an interest, which is like, that's cool. That's fine. But like it got to the point in her adult life where she was dropping like $2,000 a month on puppet stuff. And she can't hold down a full-time job because she spends literally all day, every day, either going to like small like gigs, which looked kind of empty. So I don't think she was making like a lot of money doing this. So like very curious as to like how she was living on her own in New York because that's where she was. But all of that aside, she would only talk to people through these puppets, like even to the point where her sister was sitting down with her and being like, I'm a little worried about you because you literally never like are ever without them. Like, and then she was like getting mad at her through the puppet and like being like, no, you can't tell me that. And yeah, that was her addiction, was talking through the puppet. She did admit that like it was socially isolating and like she couldn't really have a relationship or anything because of that. But it seemed like she did go see a therapist and the therapist seemed to, you know, feel that it was her way of expressing her emotions in like a safe way. Because if someone else is saying it, not her, that she, you know, wasn't really her repercussions for her, which doesn't entirely track that logic, right? But this was the explanation. But like, can you imagine? Can you imagine if you had like a family member who like would only talk to you through a puppet? I'd
rip the puppet.
I was just
I'd rip the puppet. That's no. I'd rip the puppet.
That puppet would be in the toilet so fast. Are you kidding me?
I would just snatch it mid conversation out of his hand, honestly, and throw it across the room.
Oh my
Like,
God.
I do not feel a third party should be involved when we are talking in a conversation. So that therefore your puppet would be struck.
Well, what if that third party has the most interesting stuff to say?
then maybe we can consider the puppet staying.
It's about the quality.
Okay,
of the
maybe
person,
you
right?
stick around
You
a
know
little bit.
what? You are kind of cool.
Like similarly along the lines of like body cast guy and like who would be into that, right? Like I couldn't help but wonder like who would her ideal partner be if she wasn't gonna cut
Another
down on the
ventriloquist.
Jeff Dunham. That was the first thing that came to my mind. Do you guys know who Jeff Dunham is?
Yes, but he doesn't do it like everywhere he goes.
No, I know.
You don't
but
know
it would
that.
be really funny. you
don't know that.
Damn, you're right.
Ventriloquist could be really weird and just like,
Maybe
oh, you
it
know
is-
what? Maybe let me ask this dude real quick if it's all right to go to the restaurant with you guys. Oh, do you think this is good? Like, yeah,
Jeff
yeah,
Dunham's just
maybe.
at a
Why is this-
restaurant ordering his food with like Ahmed
You-
the terrorist ordering his food.
Yeah. It was just
Never
keep
know.
saying silence, I'll kill you.
Achman would also get struck if that happened to me. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid.
Colony just trying to sucker punch everyone.
Mm-hmm.
If it's valid, I mean it's valid. I don't
It's valid. If
I don't
it's
see
valid.
I don't see the problem with it or not.
A win is
Oh
a
my
win.
gosh.
Fair's fair.
What happened?
Sassy said, I'd pay top money to see someone eat brick. Perhaps not you, Colony or Venus, but maybe someone else. I would hope not us because let me tell you.
Colony
No.
or Venus, but maybe someone else.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Yeah, she was talking to me.
Interesting.
She said,
No,
I am you.
you couldn't pay me. You couldn't pay me. No.
Would you, Z? Top dollar?
What's the amount? What are we talking here?
It just
What's
said
top?
What's top
eat-
to
eat
you?
brick. I don't know. I don't know.
Nacho says I'll eat
No,
a
we got
brick.
we got to elaborate now. we got to elaborate here. What's top dollar, dog?
I don't know. What? How much would you want to eat a brick?
No. You tell me what top
No, I
dollar is to
can't.
you. You have to at this point because you asked me the question.
A whole house. You eat
whole house.
You eat one brick. You get to choose any house you want.
Nah, dog. I'd
Any
rather spend
house?
500,000 on a psychic reader. Like I'm good. I'm good.
We need these answers, okay? Yes. Oh my God, that's hysterical. You couldn't pay me to watch somebody eat a brick. I would no. I won't even watch it. Absolutely
you
not. Let
couldn't?
alone do it. No, it gives me the ick. I have a thing about teeth stuff, like teeth breaking on things that like freaks me out really
Actually,
bad.
yeah, I'm Sam probably.
I wouldn't even
I-
watch somebody do it. No.
I think I could.
You could watch somebody do that, or you could
I
eat
think
it.
No, I watch somebody do that.
Okay.
I want my teeth. I don't want to eat a brick, but I think I could watch somebody eat it. I probably regret it,
I'm sure you would.
but and now that I think about it, it'd probably be a little squeamish of me to hear like the brick being like chomped on. But I think I
Bad
could do
sound. Oof.
it. I think I
doable.
could.
Mm-mm.
So, you guys have anything else? Any other interesting obsessions? Mine are done.
Yeah, I think that's it for me.
That's it for me as well.
Okay, guys, you heard it here. We have the weirdest obsessions. If you guys want us to continue on this topic itself, you guys can leave in chat or in the comments just stating about what weird obsessions or addictions that you've heard of. And honestly, we'll take any as long as it's not. I can't even say it can't be weird shit because all of it's weird, so it doesn't even.
And thank you all who joined us in the live chat. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Yes, guys. Don't forget,
Absolutely.
every other Thursday at 7 p.m. CST, the Podkrew team is here to talk about anything in life. We appreciate you guys for watching, and we will see you guys on the next one. Bye!
Deuces.
I'm waiting and waiting.